The BEIBS. We were talking about the BEIBS off the air, and whatever cool factor you guys thought you had on my show, it's gone now, but we were just talking about how people really come down on this poor kid.
Yeah.
And he's 19.
Yeah.
What's he doing wrong?
And he's a billionaire.
I think he's doing a lot of right.
No, I agree. Like, you know, he's got his record label now. He doesn't have stupid people working for him.
He's got a Batmobile.
He does have a Batmobile.
I don't have a
That's
Batmobile.
just cool.
Enough said.
You know, and his dad was spotted driving it actually out by like Loblaws,
I heard
out
about that, yeah.
Sports World Way over there. And anyhow, it was his dad. It wasn't even him. So his poor father, like he can't even like get halfway down the road because they're trying to fix it. And there's a million screaming Bieber fans. But you know what I like about him was that he was spotted in Stratford maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he was busking. But he wasn't doing it for money. He was just busking on the steps with a guitar. See? That's it.
I wouldn't even do that.
We're not talking about the BEIBS, we're talking about Grounds for Divorce tomorrow night at Maxwell's Music House, the big CD release party. How excited are you guys?
Stoked.
Yeah, it's really excited.
Like,
Good times.
15 months is a long time to wait for an album to come out. I mean, there must have been some sort of like anxiousness that you've been feeling to finally see the final product.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick just wanted to get it done. He was sick of it.
I listened to it like a jillion times.
Well, you work with so many other artists throughout the year. I mean, at some point you might want to strangle them because theirs are done already, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, people have different paces and work at different rates, and you know, some people can fire something out in a week and it's great. Some people it takes 2 years.
Well, you said that there might have been a 10th track on the album, but it wasn't quite ready yet. What does that mean? What does that mean for a band?
It was a cover of a Justin Bieber song.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
his people called our people, and
They were like, no,
no, you
not
can't
happening.
do it. Yeah.
But what does it actually mean for a band when they're, you know, getting through a track, and how do you know it's not ready? What makes it not ready?
You know, it's something that came along in the mastering phase where I was putting all the songs together, and everything was gelling except for this one song, and you can only try to make it fit so many times before you're like, well, I think maybe we'll hold this one off for another time. You know, so.
Well, tell me about all the rest of the songs that are on the album, and how did they make the cut? What was it for those ones? I mean, you could have done a 5-track EP. You could have maybe tried to get to a full length, but why stop at 9? Why did these songs make it to the album?
I think partly was just the ease of the recording process, because we didn't have to like book a studio and say we have to get 6 songs done in 2 weeks. We could do a song a month and take it easy. So in that respect, if we weren't rushing the recording process, I don't think we felt the rush the need to rush the product.
I think that's been one of the biggest benefits to having Briston kind of on our side here is you don't have a studio saying like, come on, let's go. Like we were kind of going at our own comfortable pace, and I think that even though we have 9 songs, we all feel that these are 9 solid, good quality songs. So we would rather release a full album. Oh, I guess -1 of good solid stuff than have a full album.
I think we called it full LP-ish. What do you call it? Ish.
Almost there.
Almost there. Yeah, it's just I think that last song too, with what Christian was saying, was like those were all very organic written songs, whereas that last one was the last one we wrote, and I think at that point is when we started feeling the pressure of we have to get we started seeing deadlines, and I think we threw that one together and it just wasn't ready yet. It didn't have its time to come into itself. So.
I have to ask you though, were your deadlines part and parcel from your like media pimp that's been on your case the last little while, who's spamming all of us on Twitter and Facebook?
God bless him. God bless him. Keeps me in line. No, actually that was all done before, because I'm sure we have a manager on our team. His name's Corey Schnurr, and he's wonderful.
That's what you're saying on air. Wait till we turn the microphones off.
Get into a fist fight, some trash talk. But like all that stuff came before. Yeah.
How essential was it for you guys to actually have like a manager to work on behalf of doing the marketing and doing all the social networking on behalf of you guys instead of you having to do it yourselves?
It was great.
Yeah, to this day, I don't have a Facebook account. So
I know. I really like that about you, Christian.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can count on one hand the amount of people I know who don't have Facebook.
That's true.
Andy, what's up for the work?
But he is listening to the radio, right?
I hope so. I hope
He's
so.
not like developing the wheel in his backyard or anything, is he?
No, he doesn't live on a farm or nothing.
Oh, all right, cool. But I mean, you would think, and no offense to Mr. Schnurr, who knows that we all love him desperately, social media has made it so much easier for bands to self-market, and to self-promote, and to really get themselves out there without the need of having management. So why management for you guys?
Well, I mean, we wanted to find somebody
I really don't love you, Corey.
We wanted to find something that knew how to work social media. I mean, that's one thing. Anybody can start a Facebook account, and anybody can just send out an event, right? But I mean, there's certain people that really know how to work that element, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could start a Facebook or a Twitter account. I don't know what to do with it, you know, and then that almost becomes counterproductive. You know, so there's so many people now with Facebook's accounts and like the Twitter and, you know, an event.
Somebody needs to like draw a little comic of you and Corey talking to one another. He about hashtags and you about mixing.
Yeah.
And I just think it would just be this wonderful comic. It's
We
going to
have
be in
two
the next
very
Velvet
different
Rope.
locations in the studio, and he stays there, I stay in my room.
And speaking of promotions, was it his idea about the drum kit? Whose idea was this?
So that came up from my wife Shay, because she had a bunch of like leftover underwear and stuff, and so
Who's leftover underwear?
it was like old stuff she didn't want, like an old bathing suit, stuff like that.
All right. Good.
Whatever. So
that would
she,
freak me out if she
yeah.
said this is like old
No,
underwear.
a little older. It's, you know, come on. A couple of years, I guess, whatever. Hadn't worn it in a long time, so...
that would be like grounds for divorce.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
there it
I
is.
heard a drum roll.
But yeah, so I was getting ready for a show one night, and she was like joking with me, saying we should put him in the bass drum, maybe he'll move around when we play. And so we put like some female underwear in there, and I guess now it's a new promotion or contest or something.
Does it actually move around?
No.
Does it
no,
look like
no,
popcorn?
No.
Because
Can't
that
even
would be
tell,
kind
to be
of
honest
neat.
with you, but
What could you possibly do then? Could you put something in it? Could you put like a spring?
you could suspend it or something, but I don't know.
There you go. Our next
I think
year
that would be
was a
the
drum
next
race.
thing. We'll have to talk to Mr. Schnurr and see if he
Rig
can't
something
figure
out.
out, you know, maybe put like pop rocks in there and get them all wet. And see if that
The
can...
drums are musical instruments. They don't take well to water.
Well, I didn't...
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Trying,
yet.
I'm
You
trying
could
so
develop it.
hard.
You could develop it.
Underwater drum kit.
Let's get to more of the music here off the album. Is there another song that you guys want me to play in particular?
You know what? Never the Same Way Twice would be a good one. This is the one that Ian kind of took under his wing and remixed it, and it sounds amazing. So,
All right, well, I'll let you
Sounds
introduce
good.
it. Do you know what radio station you're on?
88.3.
All right, so go ahead and introduce this song off the album for me right here on the station.
This is a song called Never the Same Way Twice.
Bye.
Grounds for divorce.
And you are
I'm Nick.
at,
88.3.
and you know the call letters?
CJIQ.
Fantastic.
That was